Hey, so my name is Marsha, and my YouTube channel is pretty much about business, finance, and fashion. To share with you how I cash flow $10,000 in tax deductions. Instructional video on how to cash flow $10,000 in tax deductions. I will be doing that in a different video. So this is my experience and how I pretty much got into personal finance business and how it benefited me tax wise. So to start, at this point in my life, I was pregnant with my baby girl, and I was looking for some extra income. More specifically, how to make the income from home, because I was on maternity leave, and I had just had her. So I was looking for some extra income, and I checked, out on social media. Of course, I had found this video of this girl, how she had cash flow $10,000. It seemed pretty simple and legitimate the way she expressed it. So I jumped in the business about 30 days. It was like one of those sign up, recruit type businesses, and she pretty much was like, all you have to do is share stuff on social media and stay engaged with your audience. And for 30 days I did that, and I didn't make any money and I didn't recruit anyone, but it was a great learning experience. At that point I was like, okay, if I can do something like that for someone else's company, I could start my own company. So that's when I went on social media again, because that's where a lot of people are, frankly. But with that being said, I was like, who has, vendors? I was like, let me just go ahead and sell some sunglasses, because I always was like an accessories geek, like special accessories when it comes to sunglasses, bags, purses, fanny packs. Like, I'm that person. I like to go over the top with my jewelry. I'm like, let me stop making excuses for why I won't start my own business. I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I've always been that at heart. I've always had a creative heart, but I just feel like I didn't see myself doing it. I just thought I couldn't. This great opportunity presented itself where I'm selling my own sunglasses with my friend. I got her in the business, and things went up from there. I ordered some sunglasses. I put them on social media, sold those in like 2 weeks. See how easy it was, see how it felt to be a business owner. I eventually had to go back to work, so I started doing that on the side. And we started attending events. So remind you, we're getting the logos created. Now we got lashes. We got little furry headbands. We're adding things to the catalog. We're just going up in the business. And at this point, we're at an event where we've never been. It was at a location in the city. Remind you, we work in the suburbs. So traveling back and forth, we're just going to these events to meet people and get our business out there. It was a great turnout. Like, anytime we ever did pop-up shops, we always met great people, made great connections, made money, always broke even. But at this particular event, which was our second one, this woman had walked up to me, very normal looking person. She wasn't weird or anything, surprisingly, because a lot of people are weird. But she was pretty cool, and I loved her vibe. She was checking out our lashes, and she had some on. She wore makeup. You could tell she was into bougie stuff. So I'm like, let me go ahead and make this sale real quick. She seemed really nice. And while she bought her lashes, she's like, hey, by the way, how do you keep track of your income and expenses? And I'm like, I don't. Like, they're just in there. Like, if you went to my Cash App, my PayPal, you would see the money that I made and the money that I'm spending on my business, buying products, shipping things out, my website. You would just see that in there, but it's not organized. And in business, like a legitimate company, they have that type of stuff organized. Me, I'm just like hustling. I'm trying to make some money. I'm not thinking that big. I'm thinking big, but I'm not thinking like those details. Like I went to school for business, and I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, but in this I'm just rolling with the punches. And that's what I love about my experience, and that's why I'm sharing it with you, because honestly, I'm just taking risks, and as I go, I find my vision and I follow my heart. But either way, I met her and the vibe was great, and she just gave me her business card. She told me to contact her the following week, and I did, because she was telling me how she cash flowed $50,000, wrote off her wedding. And I'm like, what? But at the time, I was kind of open. I was pretty much into new opportunities. I have been running my business, and we're at a pop-up shop, so this is where you come to get opportunities or find new people to network with. And she had bought some lashes, so I'm like, let me see what she's about. She's into my business, so I could check hers out. And the logo looked familiar. I'm like, I don't know where I remember this from school, but the business card looked like something I had already seen before. It was not clicking that was a business that I had previously, 6 months before that, tried online. But this was somebody in person doing the business. So to me, I'm like, wow, if this opportunity is coming back to me right here, right now, it must be a good sign. So she immediately told me her story. I signed up, whatever, and she did the training with me. She showed me how to correct my W-4. That instantly put $100 in my check, and I was getting paid weekly at the time. So that extra $100 was perfect, and she broke it down to me like how that will affect my tax refund at the beginning of the next year. And then she also was like, oh, okay, well, I don't care, I'm a business owner, can you tell me more about how I can cash flow? Point of meeting her, now I'm in personal finance, now I have my boutique, I'm working full-time, and in between my full-time job, I'm doing a lot of traveling. I'm going to seminars. I'm going to family events. I'm doing presentations at my family events. I'm taking trips, but at those trips, I'm meeting people that I'm sharing information with. And like, it's just adding up in expenses. Every dollar that I'm spending, I'm keeping track of it in this tool that she had introduced to me at the time. So I'm like, it was all working out. Like, not only has she shown me how to write off these taxes, but I have a business now. Now I even got more deductions, because everywhere I go, I can talk about credit. Everywhere I go, everybody has debt. Everyone has financial problems. Everyone needs some assistance. So that's me. That's the person that I want to be. I went to school for business, but I also went for finance. And like, helping people get their life together when it comes to their money, I love the idea of it. And it's something that I see myself doing. So it was very easy to start that year with getting deductions, because all I had to do was pretty much live my life how I always live it, but make it about business. And it changed my whole perspective on what I was doing in life. At that point, I'm like, okay, I can only do things if they're business related. And if it's something that's fun or something that's like not business related, I can turn it into something business related. That's how creative this business is, and that's why I held on to it, because honestly, it was like a win-win. And with all that, I'm paying a website fee, because I did have to pay a membership fee to stay involved in this business. I'm also paying a website fee for my boutique. Going to different events. That's gas. I'm taking trips. I gotta pay for lodging. I gotta pay for a rental to go meet up with these people, talk to them about my business, discuss different collaborations for my products with models, like people that I legitimately met on Instagram, like going to meet with them and networking with them. And not only that, but going to seminars for my financial company, learning how people are cash flowing money and just making bank. Like, all the stuff that I'm doing is supporting my business, and it's for me to make a sale. So I'm trying to make a sale everywhere I go. So with that, it's racking up on gas, racking up on, let's say, my phone bill. I'm talking to my clients. I'm talking to people all day, every day. A lot of this business involves talking to people, and that's on social media. I'm giving out my phone number, like, to strangers. Like this, I'm buying business cards. I'm doing something that I didn't used to do, but I'm also doing things that I don't mind doing, because I want this lifestyle. And this lifestyle comes with spending money to make money. I know I can write this stuff off and it's in my benefit. Let me go ahead and get the best of the best. So, if I needed equipment for my pop-up shops, because like what is it, like, the setup was everything at these events, because there's so many different vendors. Like, you need the best setup, so I'm investing in that. I'm getting different sunglass holders. And they're like breaking. Like, one of them broke after 3 months. I'm buying phone chargers, because when I'm out, like, I'm traveling, I need to have my phone on the charger. Like, everything that I do, I'm like recording it because it's exhausting to be a business owner. And then if you're not getting anything out of it, like imagine if I did that for a whole year and didn't know. Right. Anyway, I love that I met her that day because since then I was just racking up on business expenses. And at the time, I was a little nervous, but I was staying tax compliant because trust me, everything that I wanted to write off, I looked up. I looked it up. I looked at the pamphlet. I checked my resources. I checked with the IRS website. I read it until I could understand it. I didn't teach people anything that I wasn't doing myself. Everything that I did was legitimate. And while I'm racking up in deductions, I'm also increasing my credit score. I'm also building my emergency fund. Like I'm working the business. I'm being a product of the product, as people say, and it just works perfectly. So I go to file my taxes later in the year. This is at the end of 2019. I done wrote off my last little expense. Probably was my website or something like that. I don't know. Probably was doing some traveling, but my last little expense. I got my total miles for the year, deducted what I had did, and business miles for the year, calculated that. Since I've become knowledgeable of tax deductions, I'm recording them. So I go to my tax preparer, and she's like, why don't you just file your own taxes? And I don't know. I just want to have someone take a look at it. I'm new to having a business. I usually prepare my own taxes, but this time around I felt that it was important to have a tax expert look at my return to make sure that I wasn't missing anything, because I do have two businesses. One, I'm a contractor, the other is LLC. So with that being said, I wanted her to file my taxes for me, and I still got a refund. And without my business of $10,000 plus, because it was like $10,072, I believe, in deductions, like just about that. Like with everything, racking everything up with both my business, just around $10,000, and that reduced my adjusted gross income. So if you don't know much about deductions or tax deductions, basically what deductions do for you is it reduces your adjusted gross income, because primarily speaking, when you're a new business owner, in the first 2 or 3 years, you're spending more money than you're actually making. So with that being said, all of those different expenses that you're writing off, you're taking a loss. And it's IRS, you can check online about this information, that if you're taking a business loss, you get a credit for that, which reduces your adjusted gross income for the year, because technically you did not make that money because you were conducting business. So that $10,000 that I wrote reduced my adjusted gross income. And my tax preparer was informing me that, when it comes to your adjusted gross income, some debtors look at that. Like if you want to get a home loan, they look at your adjusted gross income, and if that's too low, sometimes it can stop you from getting a home. But other than that, it was in my benefit to get my adjusted gross income as low as possible. So having a business and having these deductions worked out best for me. I'm only telling you what I did and what benefited from me. Your situation may be different. For me, I wanted to get my student loan payments lowered, although I will be paying them off. Financially speaking, lower expenses give me more room to manage my finances properly. In this video, I'm pretty much talking about the tax deductions and when I became aware of them, how they helped and benefited me. Now, just to summarize everything up, I still got a refund, and it was at least $5,000. And I didn't owe anything to the IRS. I didn't have to pay them. They paid me, y'all. And I had made more money. I made more money this year, and they still had to pay me. Like, that makes so much sense to me. To me, personally speaking, I think my business will grow. My business is going to get bigger. I'm going to make a profit. But with this knowledge that I know now, I can play it smart. If you didn't know, Amazon, I believe, made about $3 billion or $3 trillion, and they paid 0 taxes. So if Amazon is not paying taxes and they're making a lot of money, because I'm always on there shopping, I know this, like Amazon, I've invested in Amazon. They are a fast growing company. They grew so fast in the last 2 or 3 years. I even did a research paper on Amazon comparing it to another company. Amazon has got so many other companies beat, but I digress. They did not pay any taxes, and it's legal that they didn't pay taxes. Tax avoidance, and then there's tax evasion, and tax evasion is illegal from what I understand, and tax avoidance is not. Tax avoidance is basically saying that lowering your tax bracket by reducing the amount of income that's taxable. If you need more information on taxes, feel free to check out the IRS website. A lot of everything that I learned and I put in my videos come directly from my finance business, the information there, and also we use a lot of resources from the IRS. So anything that I'm telling you about, I have used the IRS as a resource. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I am not an accountant or a tax expert. I'm just sharing with you my experience is being an entrepreneur and just learning and growing and getting better at this stuff. So I do appreciate you for watching this video. If you did make it to the full video, through the full video, I know I talk a lot. And I'm just glad that I did all that. Every receipt that I took a picture of, every dollar, every cent, every note was worth it. And I'm just gonna keep growing from here with this little nugget, like it's planting a seed for the future. If this video inspired you, if you learned something, if you feel like someone can learn something from this video, please give it a thumbs up, share with them, and hit that subscribe button. Let me know what videos that you need or what information that you want to learn when it comes to business, finance, or fashion, because I have so many different ideas, but this is made for my viewers. This is made for people to learn from my experience. So the more feedback I get from you all, the more catered these videos can be for you and your business, make it more relatable for you. So again, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you for tuning in. I hope that you learned something. Hit that subscribe button. And go. Hi, Reggie.